Okay, so we get asked this one a lot, and it's different versions of we have a small team, we don't have a design team or design skills, and we don't have a marketing team, but we want to create marketing and social media assets. So whether that's ads or promotions or etc. And then how can we use AI tools to help us with that? So Google has a tool, fairly new. It's called Pomelli, and I want to go through some of it now. Maybe call this a micro course, just to go through it. It's pretty straightforward, and I think it'll help a lot of people with that question. So to get to this page, you just start with labs.google.com/Pomelli, and then you get here. And click on Let's Get Started, and let's go through it. I've gotten this multiple times where they're having high demand. It works pretty quickly, but go past that. So the whole idea with Pomelli is you go through 3 steps. You generate what they call business DNA. It's basically like a style guide or like a marketing guide or a brand guide. If you don't know what that is, you'll see it in a second. But you basically have your brand colors, your logo, the fonts that you use, like the style, sizes, etc., and images for your brand. Just different things so that you can actually keep consistency across your posts and across your website and across different things. So they call it business DNA. And step 2 is once you capture that, then it uses that to create ideas for you. And you can either have ideas that you present to the AI tool, and then it'll use that to create stuff for you, or you can just let it figure something out for you and then pick from the things that it chooses. And then you can go through one by one and then edit those things. Again, different. We'll just call them ads for this. So it'll generate an ad, and then you can go into the ad and you can modify the different pieces of it, and then you can download them and then put them on whatever platform. So before I go into that, if you click up here, there are a couple things, just one really. If you go into account settings, you may or may not care about this, but if you don't want it to use your data to train their models, you can uncheck it here. So if we go to Let's Go, then first thing is you have to put in a website. So the caveat with this is you have to have a website. Everything is predicated on you having a website, and then it extracts all that business DNA information from your website. So you have to have a website. If you don't have a website, you can use ChatGPT or Gemini or something to create like a quick one pager or something. So this has a starting point, but you have to have a website. So we'll put in our site. Too many W's. So now again, it's going to do that step 1. It's going to generate our business DNA. This says it has about 10 minutes left. I've done this a couple of times, and it said about 10 minutes every time, and it hasn't taken 10 minutes yet. I think the longest it's taken has been maybe 2. So say if this goes too long, then I'll pause it. But just so you can kind of look through, these are the things that it's extracting. So it takes your colors, it finds taglines if you have one, it takes images if you have them. Yeah, so this is, I didn't pause that at all, so that wasn't even a minute. And then this is what it extracts. So this is the name of our company, which is accurate. This is one of our logos. Let's say something here is wrong. I can click on the little pencil here, and then I can change it. We can only have one logo here, so if I don't like this one, I can upload something, or I can use their AI tool to generate something, and I just describe my logo. So maybe I don't have a logo, maybe I want a new logo. I can describe what I want, and then it'll generate one. That is our logo, so I'm going to leave it. Fonts, you can have up to 2 fonts. We have a lot more than 2, but again, if you don't, this isn't like a Canva or like this massive tool. So there's a lot of that stuff might be a little more compressed. So you can have one logo, you can have two fonts, you can have, I think you can have 5 colors. Yeah, so this is 4. And these are 4 of our colors. We have more, but again, you can click another one and add it, and then you can pick, either from here, or if you know the RGB values, you can put that in and then have your colors. I'm not going to duplicate that, but leave that as is. It extracts a tagline, again, your brand values, brand aesthetic, tone of voice, and business overview. And any of these you can change. Also has images. It'll pull a lot of them from the site. Let me see. Yeah, so it's like if you don't like one of them or they're not accurate. Last time I did this, it had a random picture of a motorcycle and ladders. I don't really know why. You can just kind of delete that out. So let's say I didn't want this image. This is actually from our site, but let's say I didn't want it. You can just click the X and it'll confirm that you want to delete it, but then it just goes away. You can, if you have more images that are relevant, you can click on upload and then add something from your computer. And then, so once you go through all this, and again, this is kind of the foundation for everything else. So you want to spend a little bit of time on this and make sure that it's accurate, or accurately represents your brand. And then you click on looks good, and then you go to the next step. So now this is step 2. So you have the brand DNA is now set. So now this is where if you have an idea of what you want to do, you can type it in here. And then this is the AI tool. It'll go through and it'll take whatever you put in here and then it'll give you some assets. If you don't have anything, it has suggestions down here. So I'll just take one of these just to save some time. You click on it and then now it has different creative assets. Let's see. Sure, quick tips on YouTube. So if you click on one of them, and now you can start to edit it. So this is first version, and it has an image up top. This is your header. This is your description down here. There's no CTA yet, but I'll add one in a second. But now each of these 4 elements can be edited. So I can click again on the little pencil, and then it brings up the business DNA info. And like, let's say, I don't know, let's change this one to this image and click apply, and then it'll take a second and it'll change that image to the one that I just selected. Again, it says 2 minutes. It usually doesn't take that long. Yeah. So now there's the new image. And then if I want to compare, now my version, it's 2 of 2, I can go back and this is the first one and then this is the second one. So maybe I actually like that one, so I can just come back and then keep working on this one. But it's the same thing. So now with the header, if I don't like this, I can either go in here and type in something new, or I can just click on the little AI wand here, and then I can just give it a description of what I want, and it'll use AI, whatever tool in the background, probably one of the Geminis, to create a new header in this case. I can change the font. Again, it'll pull from the business DNA fonts that it pulled before, and so change that one to Railway. I can change the color. Again, it has the business colors. So let's say I want that to be orange. Okay, and then I can change the size. And then description, it's the same thing. So I mean, I'm not gonna do it again. It's the same thing with header and description. I can change this. I can change the words manually, or I can change it with AI. I can change the font. I can change the color. I can change the font size. And then if I want a CTA, like a call to action, then I can generate, and it'll usually put like a button on the bottom that says something. And again, 2 minutes, but it usually doesn't take that long. Yeah, so now it's okay, watch now. So now, again, I can change this to say something else, or I can use AI to put something there for me. I can change a font, I can change a color, I can change a size. And that's it. I mean, I can go through, it's not there aren't a ton of options, but I think that might be more of a positive if you don't have a design team, if you don't really do graphic design, visual design things, and you get something like Canva or one of the Adobe tools. It has a lot of options. It can get overwhelming really fast. So if you just want something quick that is the right aspect ratio, that has your colors, that has your tone for your brand, like, you don't really want a lot of options. So you go through, again, there's a little fixed layout here where it'll, again, just look at the whole thing that you have, and if it notices something that's a little off, it'll adjust it. Okay, so let's say, again, I can go back to the different versions, and it's like, okay, let's say that's like, okay, I like that. Now I can just click on download, and there we go, and then now I have this on my computer, and I can then take this and upload it to whichever platform, and do it again. I can go back and pick another asset and then start over. Maybe I need, one per week, or I'm going to do 3 this week, so now I'm going to come into the next one and go through the same process. Edit the image, edit the heading, edit the description, add a CTA, etc. So, I mean, that's really it. I mean, it's you can do a couple of other things, but it's really just more iterations of the same thing. It's like if I don't like one of these suggestions, I can delete it and then get new suggestions, or go into this one and then it shows me other things that look like this one. But I mean, it's designed to be pretty straightforward and designed for speed. There are a couple things to note with it. It's part of Google Labs, so it's still in beta. So that means that they're still experimenting with it. They might change something drastically. They're beta things. Google's known to just kind of drop projects pretty abruptly. So if it's not successful enough, whatever that means, they might just get rid of it. So just keep that in mind. Currently, it's only available in English. It's currently only available in the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. There's no mobile application as of right now, and as I already talked about, you have to have a website. And again, everything starts with your website, and then that goes to Business DNA, that goes to campaign ideas, that goes to editing the different creative assets. Past that, there's not really much else to it. So I would say, if that interests you at all, go to, again, labs.google.com/Pomelli and try it out and see what you think. Hope that was helpful, and we will see you next time.